Tired of tossing and turning? Waking up at 2 a.m. with your mind racing? You're not alone. For most people over 60, getting quality sleep isn't just hard, it feels impossible. But here's the truth. Your body wants to sleep. It's wired for deep, restorative rest. It's just waiting for the right signals. And some of the most powerful signals? They come from food. Real food. Not pills, not chemicals, not sleep aids with long side effects. So today, we're revealing 7 foods, backed by science, that gently guide your body back to sleep. And we're not just naming them. You'll learn how to eat them, when to eat them, and even what to avoid so you don't accidentally sabotage your own rest. Let's dive in with the first one, and you've probably already got it in your kitchen. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for simple health advice for men and women over the age of 50 that actually helps. Number 1. Bananas, the natural sleep trigger. Sounds too simple, right? But bananas aren't just snacks for athletes or breakfast smoothies. They're loaded with 3 powerful sleep boosters: potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6. Here's why that matters. Magnesium relaxes your muscles and calms your nervous system. Potassium eases tension throughout the body. And B6 helps your body turn tryptophan, an amino acid, into serotonin, your brain's relaxation chemical. And guess what serotonin turns into? Melatonin, your body's sleep hormone. So 1 banana about an hour before bed? That's not a snack. That's a signal. A soft whisper to your brain. Hey, it's time to rest. Take Rosa, for example. She's 65. She used to wake up 3 or 4 times a night. But after adding 1 ripe banana before bed, especially one with some brown spots, her sleep changed completely. Within days, her legs stopped twitching. Within weeks, she slept deeper and longer than she had in years. Want to level it up? Try this. Make a warm banana oat milk pudding about 90 minutes before bed. It's sweet, comforting, and the combination of warm liquid, fiber, and potassium creates the perfect storm for your nervous system. Here's a bonus tip. Slightly green bananas contain resistant starch, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. And those bacteria, they're directly linked to neurotransmitters that affect your sleep quality. Bananas don't knock you out like pills. They simply remind your brain how to sleep again. Next up, a crunchy snack that does way more than fill you up. You've probably snacked on almonds for energy. But did you know they're also one of the best foods for calming your body before bed? Almonds are loaded with magnesium, which acts like nature's off switch for your nervous system. When magnesium levels are high, your muscles relax, your heartbeat slows, and your brain stops buzzing. But that's just the beginning. Almonds also help lower cortisol, the hormone responsible for stress. You know that feeling, when your mind starts replaying awkward conversations or unfinished to-do lists as soon as your head hits the pillow? That's cortisol, and almonds help keep it in check. There's more. Almonds contain vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that fights hidden inflammation, especially in the brain. This is crucial because even low-grade inflammation can prevent you from reaching deep, restorative sleep. And then there's blood sugar. Have you ever woken up at 3 a.m. feeling strangely alert or even slightly hungry? That could be due to a drop in blood sugar. Almonds, thanks to their healthy fats and protein, help stabilize blood sugar through the night, giving your body the energy it needs to stay peacefully asleep. So how should you eat them? Keep it simple. A small handful, maybe 8 to 10 almonds, about an hour before bed. You can eat them raw. Or if you want to take it a step further, soak them in water for a few hours before eating. Why? Soaking reduces compounds called anti-nutrients that can interfere with magnesium absorption. You'll get more of the good stuff, with less effort from your body. Want to turn it into a bedtime ritual? Make your own almond milk. Soak the almonds overnight, peel them, blend with warm water, and add a pinch of cinnamon. Then sip slowly about 45 minutes before bed. It's calming, creamy, and deeply nourishing. But now, before we move on to the next food, we have to talk about something sneaky, because even if you're eating all the right foods, there's one habit that might be quietly ruining your sleep. Every single night. Let's talk about decaf coffee. Most people think it's safe. After all, it's decaf, right? But here's the shocker. Decaf still contains 3% to 10% of the original caffeine. And for sensitive people, especially over 60, that's enough to disrupt your sleep completely. But it's not just about the caffeine left behind. The real issue with decaf coffee isn't just the small amount of caffeine left in the cup, it's the way it's processed. Many decaffeination methods use chemical solvents like ethyl acetate or methylene chloride to strip the caffeine from the beans. Even in trace amounts, these chemicals can interfere with the delicate balance of neurotransmitters in your brain, the same ones that control your sleep and wake cycles. Over time, this can confuse your system, making it harder to naturally produce melatonin and signal bedtime. But it doesn't stop there. The very act of drinking coffee can be enough to send the wrong message to your brain. Think about it. Your brain has been trained for decades to associate the aroma, flavor, and warmth of coffee with waking up, alertness, productivity. So even if your decaf is technically caffeine-free, your brain may still respond like it's morning. That subtle stimulation can make winding down much harder than you realize. Now, picture this. It's 9 p.m. You're sitting in your favorite chair, lights are dim, you've turned off your screens. You're doing everything right, but you've got that familiar warm mug in your hand, a cup of decaf coffee. Your brain smells it, tastes it, and instead of relaxing, it starts preparing for the day ahead. Even though you followed every other step in your sleep routine, this one habit could be blocking your path to real rest, and you might not even know it. So what's the alternative? Try a natural herbal infusion instead. A cup of warm chamomile tea, lemon balm, or passion flower can calm your nervous system without any mixed signals. Later on, I'll show you a special way to prepare chamomile that makes it even more effective. But for now, just know this. Your evening drink should be sending one message and one message only. It's time to rest. No caffeine, no stimulants, no confusion. Because here's the truth. Deep sleep is where your body does its most important work. It's when your brain clears out waste, your cells repair damage, your immune system resets. But if you spend your nights floating in and out of light sleep, or lying awake wondering why you're still exhausted, you miss out on all of it. That's the danger of hidden sleep disruptors. They don't jolt you awake. They quietly chip away at your sleep quality until you don't even remember what a full night's rest feels like. That brings us to the next food, a sweet, juicy secret that's been helping people sleep for centuries. And this one doesn't just support melatonin production, it contains it naturally. Ready for the red reset? Let's talk about cherries. Cherries are more than just a summertime treat. They're one of the few natural foods that contain actual melatonin, the hormone your brain releases when it's time to go to sleep. In a perfect world, your body would naturally produce melatonin every evening, starting a few hours before bedtime. But aging, stress, blue light from screens, and irregular sleep patterns can all disrupt that cycle. That's where cherries come in. Eating 10 to 15 cherries, either fresh or frozen, about an hour before bed, can gently reset your body's internal clock. It's like giving your brain a reminder, hey, we're winding down now. And this isn't just theory. Clinical studies show that tart cherries, in particular, help improve both the duration and quality of sleep, especially in older adults. But that's not all cherries offer. They're packed with powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins, which help reduce inflammation, especially in the brain. Think of them as your brain's overnight cleaning crew, sweeping away oxidative stress so you wake up sharper, calmer, and more refreshed. If you've ever opened your eyes in the morning feeling stiff, groggy, or mentally foggy, that could be a sign that your body didn't get enough deep sleep, and cherries are one of the few foods that can help push your brain into that deeper sleep stage, where true restoration happens. One of the most underrated benefits of cherries is how they support seasonal sleep rhythms. As the length of daylight shifts throughout the year, our melatonin production can go off balance. That's why some people struggle more with sleep in the winter or during daylight saving time changes. Cherries act as a natural anchor, helping your body stick to a consistent rhythm regardless of what's happening outside. Now here's an important tip. Always choose fresh or frozen cherries. Dried cherries are often loaded with added sugar, and that sugar can spike your blood glucose at the wrong time, giving you energy when your body needs to rest. That little bump can be enough to interrupt melatonin production or wake you up just when you're about to fall into deep sleep. You can enjoy cherries on their own, or blend them into a creamy smoothie with oat milk and almonds. That combination provides melatonin, magnesium, and healthy fats, the ultimate trio for sleep support. Or if you're feeling indulgent, make a cherry compote to drizzle over warm oatmeal as your evening wind-down snack. Sweet, soothing, and seriously effective. So far, we've looked at the calming powers of bananas, almonds, and cherries. But there's one fruit that might surprise you. It's fuzzy on the outside, bright green on the inside, and it's become one of the most studied natural sleep aids in the world. It's time to meet your new nighttime companion, the kiwi. Kiwi may look small and unassuming, but when it comes to improving sleep, it packs an incredible punch. This tropical fruit has been studied extensively, especially in New Zealand, where it originates, and the results are impressive. Eating just 1 or 2 kiwis about an hour before bedtime has been shown to significantly improve sleep duration, increase sleep quality, and even help people fall asleep faster. Why? It comes down to a powerful mix of serotonin, antioxidants, and fiber. Let's start with serotonin. Kiwi is one of the few fruits rich in this key brain chemical, which helps regulate your mood and promotes relaxation. More importantly, serotonin is the direct precursor to melatonin. Your body converts serotonin into melatonin as night falls, assuming it has enough of it. So when you eat a kiwi before bed, you're giving your brain exactly what it needs to trigger the sleep cycle naturally and on time. No pills, no supplements, just the raw ingredients for rest. Kiwi also contains high levels of vitamin C and vitamin E, 2 powerful antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress in the body. Why does that matter? Because stress at the cellular level, especially in the brain, can prevent your body from entering deep sleep. Have you ever woken up feeling scattered, irritable, or unable to focus? That mental fog might not be from lack of sleep time. It could be poor sleep quality. Antioxidants like those in kiwi help repair and protect brain cells overnight, so you wake up sharper and more energized. And here's a fun fact. The skin of the kiwi actually contains even more antioxidants and fiber than the green flesh inside. Yep, you can eat the whole thing. Just give it a good rinse or scrub to remove the fuzz. That extra fiber not only supports gut health, which is tied closely to sleep regulation, but also helps keep your blood sugar stable through the night, preventing sudden crashes that can jolt you awake. Want a next level combo? Try pairing half a banana with 1 kiwi about an hour before bed. The tryptophan in the banana plus the serotonin from the kiwi creates a potent natural boost in melatonin. Or toss both into a warm, creamy smoothie with oat milk and a touch of cinnamon. It's light, easy to digest, and the perfect way to send a clear message to your body. Bedtime is here. Kiwi might be small, but its effects are anything but. It calms the mind, supports melatonin production, fights inflammation, and even reduces anxiety, all without a single side effect. But now, let's move from fruit to something fermented. Because the next food on our list has a unique twist. It can help or hurt your sleep depending on how you eat it. Let's talk about sauerkraut. Sauerkraut might not be the first thing you think of when it comes to better sleep, but it should be. This fermented food is rich in probiotics, those beneficial bacteria that support digestion, immunity, and even brain health. What most people don't realize is that your gut and brain are deeply connected. It's called the gut-brain axis. And when your gut is healthy, your brain is more balanced, calm, and able to drift into sleep. But here's where it gets interesting, and a bit tricky. Sauerkraut only supports sleep if it's eaten correctly. Done the wrong way, it could actually do the opposite and leave you wide awake at 2 a.m. The key? Timing, pairing, and portion size. Let's start with timing. Sauerkraut should be eaten at least 2 hours before bedtime. Why? Because fermentation can increase digestive activity, which, if it happens too close to sleep, may cause bloating, restlessness, or even mild insomnia. You don't want your gut working overtime when your body is trying to shut down. Next comes pairing. Avoid eating sauerkraut with red meat, chocolate, or high-fat processed dinners. These combinations can create a chemical cocktail that disrupts your digestion and neurotransmitters. Instead, pair it with a complex carbohydrate like brown rice, quinoa, or even oatmeal. These carbs help carry tryptophan to the brain, supporting serotonin and melatonin production, while the sauerkraut boosts gut flora. Now, let's talk about portion size. You don't need a bowl. Just 2 to 3 tablespoons is enough. More than that, and you might overactivate your digestive system. If you're new to fermented foods, start small. Let your body adjust. A word of caution. Sauerkraut is high in histamines, natural compounds that some people are sensitive to. If you ever wake up with a flushed face, itchy skin, or mild headache after eating fermented foods, that's your signal. It doesn't mean sauerkraut is bad, it just means your body might need a break or a smaller dose. Making your own sauerkraut at home is easier than you think. All you need is cabbage, sea salt, and a clean glass jar. Shred the cabbage, massage it with salt, and let it ferment for about a week. This homemade version is packed with live probiotics. Store-bought versions are fine too. Just make sure they're raw and unpasteurized. Pasteurization kills the beneficial bacteria, which defeats the whole purpose. And one final tip, don't combine sauerkraut with iron supplements. Vitamin C in sauerkraut increases iron absorption, and too much iron can interfere with melatonin production. When eaten properly, sauerkraut can calm your nervous system, improve gut-brain communication, and set the stage for deep, natural sleep. But now, let's go back to a breakfast classic that's secretly one of the most powerful sleep foods on the planet. Yes, it's time to rediscover oatmeal. Oatmeal isn't just for breakfast anymore. In fact, eating oatmeal in the evening might be one of the best things you can do for your sleep. Why? Because it combines slow-digesting carbohydrates, magnesium, and zinc, 3 elements your body needs to produce and sustain melatonin through the night. Let's break that down. First, the complex carbs in oats release glucose slowly. That steady release helps stabilize blood sugar while you sleep. Why does that matter? Because sudden blood sugar drops in the middle of the night, especially between 2 and 4 a.m., can wake you up with a racing heart or a jolt of anxiety. Your body panics, thinking it's low on fuel, and it disrupts the sleep cycle. Oatmeal helps prevent that crash, allowing your energy levels to stay balanced until morning. Next is magnesium, a well-known relaxant that calms the brain, eases tension, and lowers your heart rate. Then there's zinc, which is essential in the biochemical chain reaction that allows your body to convert serotonin into melatonin. Without enough zinc, your body may struggle to complete the process, and your sleep can suffer. But oatmeal doesn't just support sleep chemically. It works emotionally too. It's warm, comforting, familiar, all of which signals safety and relaxation. That's part of what makes it such a powerful addition to a nighttime routine. And then there's avenin, a little-known compound in oats with gentle sedative effects. It doesn't knock you out like a drug. Instead, it lightly quiets mental chatter and overstimulation, just enough to let your mind settle. So how do you prepare it for maximum benefit? Start with half a cup of rolled oats and cook them in warm almond or oat milk. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon and a small handful of walnuts or almonds. This adds healthy fats, extra magnesium, and blood sugar balance, creating a full-spectrum sleep-supporting meal. Don't feel like chewing? Try blending a spoonful of ground oats into a banana and oat milk smoothie. It's light, easy to digest, and just as effective. And here's the most exciting part. Research shows people who regularly eat oats before bed spend more time in deep sleep, even if they don't sleep longer overall. That's huge, because it's deep sleep, not just total sleep time, that restores your brain, repairs your tissues, and resets your mood. So if you've been waking up groggy, anxious, or mentally foggy, this might be the fix. A simple bowl of oatmeal could help your body transition from survival mode to true rest. And now, for the final piece of your sleep nutrition puzzle, let's return to the most iconic herbal sleep aid of all, but with a twist. Because if you're not preparing it properly, you're missing out on everything it can do. Let's dive into chamomile, the tender healer. Chamomile is the most famous herbal tea in the world for a reason. Used for centuries, it's been called everything from nature's Valium to liquid peace. But here's what most people don't know. Chamomile only works if you prepare it the right way. A quick dip of a tea bag in hot water? That might make a warm drink, but it won't do much for your sleep. The real magic of chamomile comes from a natural plant compound called apigenin, and unlocking its power takes intention. Apigenin binds to the same brain receptors targeted by anti-anxiety medications. It helps quiet the nervous system, reduce overthinking, and invite the body into a calmer state. But apigenin is fragile. If you pour boiling water directly on your chamomile, you risk destroying it before it ever reaches your cup. Instead, let the water cool slightly, ideally to between 170 and 175 degrees Fahrenheit, just after the boiling bubbles subside. Then steep your chamomile covered for 8 to 10 minutes. This preserves the essential oils and keeps the arpegginin concentrated in the tea, not evaporating into the air. For best results, skip the tea bags altogether. Use loose-dried chamomile flowers, which are far more potent and fragrant. Steep 1 to 2 teaspoons per cup, and consider adding calming partners like lemon balm, passion flower, or a spoonful of raw honey. Each of these adds its own layer of support, from stress relief to muscle relaxation to serotonin boosting. Here's where it becomes truly powerful. When you drink chamomile at the same time every night, your brain begins to form a habitual association. The taste, smell, and warmth become cues that it's time to power down. Dim the lights, silence the phone, and sip slowly. And your nervous system will begin to anticipate rest, even before your head hits the pillow. But chamomile doesn't knock you out. It doesn't sedate. Instead, it gently reminds your body of what it already knows how to do. Sleep, deeply and naturally. To build your perfect bedtime routine, try combining chamomile tea with a small serving of oats, a banana or kiwi, and a handful of walnuts or almonds. It's not just a meal. It's a signal. A multi-layered message to your nervous system that says, it's okay to let go now. So many people over 60 assume poor sleep is just a part of aging, but that's not true. Your body is capable of resting, healing, and waking up refreshed. It just needs the right support. And now you have it. If this helped you, tap subscribe. Your best nights are just beginning, and they start with what you eat before bed. Sleep well, and we'll see you next time.